Hey, you guys, welcome back to Confessionals with Julie Renee. Grab your tea, coffee, or whatever brings you comfort, and let's have an honest conversation. Today's confession: I can't stand a hating asshole. So let's talk about it. And let me start by saying, back when haters became like this thing where the word became like popular and it became like a whole thing, I have to be honest. I really didn't, I just thought it was just something that people said. I didn't really think like people had haters like they thought they had. Over time, I kind of started saying, like, okay, I kind of see what's going on. But I really just didn't think it was that prevalent. Some people would say everybody was hating on them, and some people were very delusional. And it's just kind of like nobody's even thinking about you. But I would say over the past year, and especially over the past few months of my life, I realized just how wrong I was. And I'm not saying everybody have haters, but I've had them for a while now. I was just clueless about it. And I think a lot of that was because I didn't see myself in the way that others saw me. So in my mind, there was no reason for anyone to even be thinking about hating on me. I didn't think that I was anyone that people would want to hate on. Another confession, but like I said, I was a very different version of myself. I shrunk myself. And I think a lot of that also has to do with because of the fact that I was shrinking myself. Because now looking back on things and me realizing and recognizing that I was being hated on, the things that people would say, the faces they would make, just certain body language to make me feel weird or like I was doing too much or like I was bugging. And so I internalized it because, again, I wasn't thinking that I was someone that people would be hating on it. So I didn't recognize that that's actually what was being done. So they were intentionally doing it because they knew I didn't recognize it. And it just caused me to go inward and to shrink myself. However, now that I'm aware, very aware, I just feel like it's something that should be spoken about. Normally with things like this, I would be like, I don't want to put energy into it. It's just not worth it. I try to put energy in things that are more productive, but I got time today because it annoys me to no end that because you, as a hater, don't want to work on yourself, or maybe you don't have the guts or the bravery to actually live the life you want to live, it's just easier for you to sit around and hate on those who do. And that's just not a good look. It's just not. And the thing is, if you want to be a hater, like it is what it is, that's fine. But I think the part that bothers me the most is you actively speaking poorly on someone, spreading lies, gossip, just to make them look bad or to give them a bad image, like actively going out of your way to make things hard for them. And it's just like, why? And this is me speaking from experience. I have been experiencing this a lot over the past 3 to 6 months. Like, when I tell you, once you get to that point where you don't care, where you fall, once I fell in love with myself and I started standing in my power, that triggered so many people around me. And that's how I realized people that were hating on me and praying against me. Because when I was shrinking and folding myself, they loved me, they raved about me. And then as soon as I stood in my power, that's when the jealousy couldn't be concealed. It just started oozing out of them. Like they were able to hide it for so long and me not know. But like I said, once I started being fully myself, it's like they could not hide it any longer. And instead of just, parting ways amicably, is they didn't want that. And I think that was the part that was so confusing for me. It's like to find out you don't like me, you don't love me, you don't care for me, like you really are praying on my downfall, but at the same time, you want to be a part of my life because you're gaining something from being in my life. It's like the weirdest thing to know that you hate me, that you're jealous of me, and you're envious of me, and you don't want me to have happiness in my life, but you want to be in my life. And then because I say, no, nah, I'm good on that, all of a sudden you're like my number one enemy. You're out plotting to like break me and all this crazy stuff. And it's like, if you put that much energy into your own life, maybe it wouldn't suck so much. It's like, why are you mad at me? It's not my fault that you're a loser. You're a loser because you do loser shit. Like, that's just what it is. And I'm just over it. It's like I'm always trying to be the bigger person, be the nice person, but nice has gotten me nothing but walked on, stepped on, and disrespected. So I'm over that. Like, I guess you could say I'm in my villain era because I don't care anymore. And honestly, I feel like people that hate to the point of actively trying to destroy people, I really feel like that's mental illness. And maybe that should be looked at a little more, because it is kind of sad in a way. Like you're so focused on me and destroying me, and your life is crumbling and falling apart. And honestly, most haters are just miserable people. Like they're miserable in their own lives, and that's why they focus so much on others' lives. But I'm telling you, if you really just focus on your life and work on yourself, you could be happy like me. You be a bad bitch like I am too. But, I guess it's just easier to hate from the sidelines. Or, they do things to try to make you feel small. Like this is new for me, podcasting, YouTube content creation, all this stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's easy for you to sit on the sideline and do nothing and be miserable and laugh at what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Like at least I'm trying, I'm working towards something. And of course in the beginning it's kind of like a humiliation rituals when you getting a few views or people are seeing you be vulnerable. But, it comes with the territory, and I'm tough enough and resilient enough to do it. And I don't have a problem as showing up as my authentic self. I do that every day. So doing it to the world is whatever. This is me. This is who I am. I'm not embarrassed about it because I love me. I'm a wonderful person. And, I guess that's why they hate on me. But yeah, it's it's just so funny because I'm literally just living my life, showing love. Excuse me. I'm just out here living, having a good time, creating memories and experiences that I can look back on. And while I'm doing that, you just sitting in the corner looking crazy and looking weird as fuck, like just hating. But at the same time, I will say, haters are my motivators. Now I truly understand that saying because it just makes me want to work harder, to just not even to prove anyone wrong, but like work harder towards my goals. And when I'm living the life that I envision for myself, and you're still doing the same old, I mean, it's just going to be a good view to look down from and just see how my haters still doing the same thing. So hate on, hate on. I love it, actually. Maybe I should do a song or something about it. But yeah, y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the things that's been coming up for me, like over the past couple months or so, with people just working against me, trying to cause my downfall, which is delusional. Because do you really think that you can stop what God has for me? Like, that's just crazy work to think that. But I ain't gonna lie, like, a lot of times I just try to ignore it. But sometimes I be wanting to whoop ass. Like, I really do. People think because I'm bubbly and I'm whimsical and I'm a sweetheart, like, that's just it. But let me tell you something. Just as much as I am kind and bubbly and sweet and all that, that other side of me goes just as deep. And I try to keep her at bay, but the way I be feeling sometimes, like I want to let her come out and play because some of these bitches need an ass whooping. They haven't had one in a long time. And it doesn't even have to be a physical ass whooping, but you know, I'm just saying. But on a serious note, it really is so unfortunate because, to be honest, in my experience, my haters and the people that be praying against me, like I said, one, family, and then outside of family, it's people that look like me. And I just feel like that's so unfortunate, especially Black women. It's like, come on. We sit here and we complain and we fuss about how others treat us, but we treat one another worse than the outsiders do. And it really makes me sad because I love Black women. I'm always going to root for us first before anything. Right now, just started a small business for myself where I do website design, and it's specifically for Black women. All women welcome, but no shade, but no men. But it's to help small business owners who cannot afford to pay thousands of dollars for websites for their business. And so I have like a soft spot for women. The blog that I started is my experience, but it's dedicated really to Black women. Even this YouTube channel, this is really for Black women, just showing Black women having experiences, having fun, and just me living my life and Black women supporting one another. And so it's really unfortunate that those are the people that I receive so much hate from. But that's the way you want to live. That's the way you want to live. So, and I'm pretty sure I have some of them watching right now. So I'm going to say to you, especially those of you who are out here doing that little juju stuff y'all be dabbling in, cut it out. Find something safe to do because you're doing is creating your own karma. And when it hit, like, it's not going to be good. I'm a very, very protective person. So you might want to go sit down. Like, if you want to be here, but go sit down to the side, be quiet, mind your manners. All right. But welcome. So for those of you who also experience this kind of behavior from people in your life, people in your environment, don't let them break you because that's what they want to do. They want to break you so that you don't accomplish the goals that you have set in your life. It's like because they feel like they can't do it, they want to project that onto you so that you'll feel the same way. And they just want to keep you where you're at, which is where they're at. they don't want to see you do better than them. They're okay when you need their help or they can help you or you're just in the same place. But as soon as you start doing something different and doing things to better yourself in your life, that's when the issues start. So when they're trying to put that doubt in your head and telling you what you can't do or what you won't do, or if they laughing at you for trying, so what? At least you're trying. At least you're doing something, and you can't get to where you go or where you're trying to go without trying. So keep chasing your dreams one step at a time. Nothing happens overnight. And that was something that was a hard pill for me to swallow because I'm just thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to blow up. And, for some people, yes, there's a small percent where that does happen. But for me, that's just not my journey. And honestly, like, I just started. Sometimes I just be being impatient. Like, I be thinking I want to do something. I'm like, I execute it. It should just happen. But that's just not the reality. But I have learned to just enjoy the journey. It's all about the journey and not the destination. The destination is going to be great when you get there, but the journey of starting something new and then just watching it grow, I just feel like I have so many little babies that I'm taking care of and nourishing, and I'm just sitting back like watching it flourish. So, and don't let the haters stop you. Do your thing, be you, show up as your authentic self no matter what anyone around you says. And to the girlies that like to dress and try the different hairs, the different colors, the makeup, all that, don't ever make anyone have you feel like you're doing too much. It's not too much. They're just not doing enough, or even they're just too fucking basic. Because I used to feel that way. And that was even with people that I call friends, because I like to dress up when I go out. And I always felt overdressed. And then comments would be made that made me feel even more. But now I understand what it was. But I'm so glad that I didn't let that stop me, that I always showed up as myself. And now I have people in my life where I show up that way, they show up that way, and we look good together. So, you just got to find your tribe, find people who support you and who genuinely want to see you do well and who wants to see you win. There are people out there like that. I have found my tribe, my family, and I'm so happy. The support is just unbelievable. And I have known them really a short amount of time, but the way they have shown up for me in the short amount of time versus people that have been in my life for years or my entire life, like, there's no comparison. And it feels good with no second guessing where you think maybe somebody says something to like throw shade at you, but you're just like, nah, I'm just tripping. But no, you're not tripping. Go with your intuition. Because had I gone with my intuition over all these years, I just ignored it because the relationship with these people, them being family or someone that I was close to or thought I was close to, I ignored a lot of things. I kind of explain things away because I'm like, no, maybe I just took it the wrong way. But it turns out, no, I did not. They were hating assholes. So that's just what it was. But yeah, learn from me. Trust that intuition. If you think shit is weird, it's weird. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. So to all you haters out there in Candyland, if you're going to be here, sit down, be quiet. Keep your hands to yourself. Well, all right, guys. If I said anything that resonated with you, please share it with someone that maybe it can help. Until next time.